Hi, my dear brilliant diamonds. Hope you have successfully finished exercise 1.1. Now, before beginning our exercise 1.2, you need some basic knowledge. So, that is the reason we are going to discuss some basic points which are required to solve the problems which are there in exercise 1.2 in this introduction video of exercise 1.2. So, in exercise 1.2, you are going to prove the given numbers as irrational numbers. So, to prove that, we should have the knowledge of co-prime numbers. Again, you also need about a theorem, and that is what we are going to discuss in this video about a theorem. Next, you should also know little bit knowledge of pure, mixed and compound sets. Actually, this knowledge will be introduced in your class 11th or 12th, but little bit basic idea is required to solve the problems which are there in this exercise. So before proceeding further, we welcome you to your learning platform. चलिए अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं अबाउट कोप्रेम्स. सो व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कोप्रेम्स? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. फॉर दिस वी कैन राइट theoretically answer as shown here on the screen. But let us try to understand with some examples about this definition. So let us take a fraction 10 by 8. Here 10 is numerator, 8 is denominator. Everybody knows. But for these two, both numerator and denominator, one will definitely divide. Is there any other number which will divide to both numerator and denominator? Yes, what is that? 2. 2 5 ja 10, 2 4 ja 8. Finally, after simplification, you will get 5 by 4. Now, this 10 and 8 are not called as coprime. Listen carefully. 10 and 8 are not called as coprimes because other than 1, they have one more extra factor. What is that? 2. Whereas 5 by 4 cannot be divided with any other number except 1. Means both numerator and denominator can be divided by 1. Now do you think is there any other factor which can divide to both numerator and denominator in 5 by 4? No. So now 5 and 4 are called coprimes, but 10 and 8 are not called as coprimes. Hope you got the definition. Hope you got the understanding of the definition. What is it? Numbers which are not having more than one factor are called coprime numbers. Let us take one more example. See here, 6 by 9 can be divided by 1. Definitely both numerator and denominator can be divided by 1. But do you think is there any other number can divide to both numerator and denominator? Yes, 3 will divide. So 3 2 ja 3 3 ja. So 6 and 9 are not called as coprimes, but 2 and 3 are called coprimes. So that is what we have written here. 2 and 3 are called coprime numbers, whereas 6 and 9 are not called as coprime numbers because they have other than 1, they have one more extra factor. Hope you got good clarity about coprime numbers. Now, one more basic information which we are going to discuss is important theorem which is required to prove the given numbers as irrational number. This theorem says that if p is a prime number divides a square, then p also divides number a. Means square root of a square is nothing but a. Let us understand with examples. See here, 5 divides 625. 625 is nothing but 25 square. Means 5 divides 25 square. Then 5 also divides 25. This is what this theorem says. If you look at one more example, 3 divides 81 is nothing but 9 square. It means I am repeating 3 divides 9 square. Then 3 also divides 9. So this is what this theorem says. And this information, this knowledge is very much required to prove the problems which are there in this exercise. One more point. This is of your next classes, but little bit required. This kind of irrational numbers are called pure surds. Root 2, root 3, root 5, this kind of irrational numbers are called pure surds. Whereas 3 into root 2, 8 into root 3, 7 into root 5, this kind of irrational numbers are called mixed surds. Next, 10 minus root 3, 10 plus root 5, this kind of irrational numbers are called compound surds. So why we are discussing is, our first problem in this exercise is related to pure surds, whereas remaining problems are related mostly mixed and compound surds. Hope you got all the required information which is going to help your this exercise. Thanks for watching and learning. Have a nice day.